time now for weather with Nebraska Extension ag climatologist and Market Journal chief meteorologist Al Dutcher. Al, all things considered, I would say most folks are pretty happy with what January has brought us so far. How much longer can we expect this to continue?
Well, Troy, it has been a fairly decent month, but this precipitation that came in is a reminder that winter still exists here in Nebraska, even with these warmer temperatures. And even with the snowfall, it doesn't appear in the immediate term that we are going to be dealing with any sustained cold air push into the region. That looks like it might last out, or it might come in as we get toward the end of the month. But for right now, this looks like just a temporary break from an overall warm pattern. So if we go to the upper air models today, the one thing we're dealing with is an upper air low in the southwest that's pushing energy out into the southern plains. At the surface, we're getting moisture feed to the north, and that is what has been helping the precipitation shield across Nebraska as we have cold high pressure coming in from Canada on the northwest, low pressure to the southeast, and the confluence line right over the central United States brings out an area of accumulating snowfall across southeast, east central Nebraska, and it looks like total accumulations are probably going to be generally in the 1 to 3 inch range. And as we go to tomorrow, we're going to see that trough move toward the east, high pressure settle in. We'll start to see some warming temperatures. Instead of being in the upper 20s to or lower 30s, we're going to be consistently in the mid 30s. And most of the precipitation shield shifts well to our east. And as we get into the day on Monday, we see that trough move to the east and we start to see ridging take place, so much warmer conditions in store. There is some evidence of a surface low that may want to develop in west central Colorado or west central Kansas, but we have no moisture feed into it, so it's going to be pretty much a dry frontal boundary passage. And then we'll see the high pressure ridge build even stronger into the middle portion of the week as we see temperatures returning well into the 40s. A series of low pressure systems, once again indicated by the models, that maybe try to develop along the lee of the Rocky Mountains, but once again, because of their speed and because we do not have an orientation bringing southerly winds into our region, not much in the way of moisture. Now as we get into the midweek period, that high pressure system still stays in place aloft. We still see these thermal lows, but once again, moisture is lacking with the more significant precipitation on the eastern and western United States coast. And as we go into the day on Thursday, what we are going to see now is some breaking down of that ridge and a little bit more energy starting to undercut it into the southwest once again as we bring low pressure systems into California and the southwest. High pressure dominates most of the central and northern plains. So the main precipitation shield will be to our southwest, and we will see some cooling temperatures, but nothing significant. Now as we get into Friday, things get a little bit more interesting as this system starts to take shape in the southwest, starts to move in an eastward fashion, and we also have the northern jet that's starting to push toward the south. So the confluence will start to bring moisture up into the southern Rockies, and as this system moves out into the plains next week, and it is potential that we will once again see some accumulating snowfall, particularly if this system takes a southern route. More importantly, that northern stream energy does look like it's going to shift toward the east, but then as we go later into the middle of next week and the following weekend, it looks like we're going to start to see an established northwest and northerly flow aloft, bringing in much cooler conditions and below normal temperatures. Now, this is shown at the end of the model period, so if this does occur, we're going to need several more days of model run confirmation to feel comfortable with that forecast, but right now that looks like our best switch. So we look at the 8 to 14 day forecast. You can see the abundance of above normal temperatures extending from next Thursday through the following Tuesday. And in terms of precipitation, although we see this above normal precipitation, I think much of the upper portion of the Midwest is way overplayed in terms of the moisture shown.